Okay, it's part 2 because Shane actually released another video about Night. He actually released the first part of The Mind of Jake Paul. Congratulations to Shane. The journey begins. And I expect every single week to see a new episode, which I'm not necessarily going to discuss, but Shane is actually making a huge mistake by saying that Jake Paul is actually a sociopath. I hope that psychologist is going to clear things up. He actually shows very good clips describing what sociopathy actually is. When Dr. Phil describes it, he says these guys learn when they get criticism. They learn how to criticize others instead of, criticizing themselves or learning anything for themselves. When they talk with a psychologist, they're actually just listening of how is he gonna break me so I can break other people? How is he gonna manipulate me so I can manipulate other people? That's what sociopaths actually doing. While psychopaths are sort of a more extreme version of that because they're genuine. They're not learning. They're actually doing it. They very actively try to manipulate other people's emotions, and they're very curious on how you're going to react. Which is, for some reason, reminds me of Peter Josephson, or Jordan Peterson. God damn it. It still lingers, that stupid thing. For some reason, I don't know why. But it also should remind you of PewDiePie, which is the next goal. I sort of have summarized very well of what authority and government is doing here. Right? What is the essential part of the government? Is that, well, it's here. It shouldn't exist because it's actually detrimental to our society. Building of schools and all these infrastructures, and exaggerating those infrastructures to making people cool, to making people conform into ice cubes so you can stack them very neatly and you can create new world order. It's like, that's what government wants, and it's not what society wants, because society wants to remain water. What wind wants is like either to cool down the water or just splash it all over the place. Just fucking destroy that water. Destroy your emotions. Being complete emotional manipulation, that's what psychopaths do to you. And yes, it's scary. Can I expose PewDiePie in the episode 100? That's my goal. Right now, I am under the radar as a YouTuber, and I'm gonna be still under the radar for a very specific reason. There's something else is going on right now that's much more relevant. YouTube Battle Royale. Ho, welcome. Welcome, guys. YouTubers are fighting each other, so it's much more interesting to watch those guys. And I'm doing commentary about them. So yeah, of course, guys. With all due respect, it's much more important. This is what this stage is about. This specific stage, this is the next one, so the previous one is a 3. This is why we have in 2 tiers. In the first tier, we have a lot of narcissists, right? Including Shane, including Jake Paul. But these are second tier people. This is why PewDiePie is so fascinating. He shot into YouTube's fame almost in an instant. Like he has destroyed everything. in his path. And he's almost feeling like, I'm gonna stay #1 YouTuber for a long time. Where's this T-series? Nah, still, he's still gonna be the most subscribed person in the world, regardless of what bullshit happens, right? No one is gonna top him because he has claimed the spot. He has become the best psychopath of YouTube. But all of this has to be exposed. I don't have enough evidence. I just have the clues. Yeah. And the clue is supposed to lead me to the right direction, obviously. And this is the direction that I suspect. And it aligns exactly with everything. People like myself, they're not relevant right now. They actually would be relevant in a tier 3 if I can get there, which is almost impossible to get because only a handful of people do this. But I feel like it might be possible for me. And how can you get to a tier 3 by being an Earth personality? By defeating PewDiePie. Constantly attacking, like this Darkson, the arch nemesis, the wingman. Like, bam, crushed him, exposed him. If I can do that, very genuinely, I will constantly remind people that I have achieved it when I achieve it. But whatever. So Shane, let's focus on his stuff right now. Shane thinks that Jake Paul is a sociopath, and as I say, this is not true. Jake Paul and Logan Paul, and actually Shane himself, are narcissists. His boyfriend pointed that out, and even though he put out his clips of his boyfriend, sort of make him a hypocrite in a way, Shane is the narcissist himself. He could have just put clips of himself. I wonder if maybe I missed something, but I don't think he did put that. He's also a narcissist. And yeah, he showed a little bit curiosity of that maybe I also have a disorder. Ho in a clip. Maybe I'm gonna figure out about myself as well. And in the comments in his trailer, I was pointing out that Shane is breaking down for a very specific reason. He is realizing a lot about himself. He's realizing a lot about Jake Paul, obviously. And it's like, oh, yeah. It seems that it's going to be. But it's so weird. It's like 8-part series, but Shane actually felt live, right? It's almost like he released the trailer and then he's talking with the audience. It really felt like this, but I think things have evolved from that. I hate that it's obviously not the Shane's fault that he says, oh, Jake Paul is a sociopath. It's actually the audience is failing to understand that Jake Paul is a sociopath. I wonder why. And my speculation is that most sociopaths are trying to incriminate Jake Paul. And that's all they know. They know that they are sociopaths, so they hope that Jake Paul is also a sociopath. But most importantly, sociopaths are the most triggered by Jake Paul right now. And they're also very effective at destroying Jake Paul. You know what else is very effective? At beating one personality versus the other. Again, sociopaths can take down the narcissist It was great. Jake will beat Shane in his own game. This is Shane's game right now. He has started playing a drama. He's going to be defeated. This is not even a prediction. This is what's gonna happen. But yes, it's a prediction. I just want to get credit for, like, I'm all in on this. I know we're gonna win. Because Shane has a slightly different narcissist personality than Jake Paul, and he's kind of genuinely nice. Shane is genuinely interested. And Shane is generally interested in people's opinions in general, right? Oh, what this person thinks, whatever this person thinks, whatever the authority thinks, all these things he collects and people's opinions. And Shane is trying to do what is the most courageous thing I can do? Conspiracy theories. That seems very courageous, right? This is how narcissists think. Like, what is the most shocking, courageous thing I can do? How can I express my sadness? So I don't feel sad anymore. Maybe I'm just gonna get fat. Okay, that didn't work. But I'm just gonna still be fat. Maybe I'm just gonna become gay. Maybe that's gonna show sadness, right? I can't get a girlfriend. Still, right? I still don't like girls that much. That's pretty sad. Right? That's also courageous. Coming out of my closet, it's pretty courageous. What else can I do? Podcasts, talking about sex, doing these stupid videos, also very sexual topics. Very courageous, man. Shane Dawson, so much courage. It's just pouring out of his eyeballs. Man. You probably didn't shower today, Shane. Get the fuck out of here. Anyways, so you can sense the pattern here. Yes, virus threat. Jesus Christ. New subscribers pouring in. Please stop. Anyway, so you can sense the pattern here. The same pattern applies to Jake Paul, but Jake Paul is trying to pretend that he's nice. It's a little bit different with Shane. Shane is a little bit more creepy, and he listens to other people's opinions a lot. Jake doesn't listen. He doesn't give a fuck what other people say, whether they hate him or not. It's like, yeah, it's a part of being you. Or what do you expect? He seems to care emotionally, right? People hate me. He doesn't think when he mumbles these things, yeah. Just mumbles. He doesn't think. Shane is a bit of a thinker, but like Jake Paul is like just emotionally driven. So his courage is going to be emotionally driven instead of attaching to other people's opinions of what courage is. He's going to express courage in a very flashy way, right? And that's very interesting when you put it all together. It's just super obvious. There's no sociopathy. There's no psychology learning. I actually had two friends, or rather acquaintances, like whatever is the word. I just met two people who are sociopaths. They study psychology, and I'm like, oh, that's shocking, because when I interacted with them, all they did is just give me smiley faces or laughing faces. Whenever I did something triggering, right? It's like they just laugh it off, and then I understand, like, oh, deep down they're just like, huh, note to themselves, right? Oh, this guy manipulates me this way and that way. Oh, I'm learning a lot of things. I can use it on other people now. Haha. And most sociopaths don't even interact much in terms of controlling other people, but still, they are pretty horrible. And it would be very interesting to analyze. Another interesting thing, sociopaths, again, would trigger Jake Paul. Shane would be actually very angry at sociopaths because they have a water core personality. A fire core personality is going to be triggered by the water core. It's just natural. This is how this cycle works, okay? Fire gets destroyed by water. Bam. Social people destroy courage because they're like, okay, maybe I don't have an explanation for this. So let's keep that in mind. Social people destroy courage. How does that work? That will be very interesting for the next video, because this is going to be a part 3. I just started watching the series. Obviously, I am more interested right now because there's a lot of misconceptions being thrown. And people don't understand what's going on in YouTube, right? Like, what's going on with YouTube right now? Everyone's creating drama. That's what's supposed to happen, guys. Especially now. It's gonna feel very personal very soon. And even more personal when it flips to the next stage. What's gonna happen afterwards? The battle royale will be over. Because people will learn personalities. Right now, they will learn personality, about 8 personalities. But in the next stage, they will learn that not only you can transcend your personality, they will learn their own personality, hopefully. Right? That's what the next stage is. And there are 4 more stages. I don't know what happens then. But this seems very interesting. Like you're watching YouTubers, you engaging with these different personalities, you figure out that they're trying to coexist or whatever. And again, you identify them, finally. Let's hope. You finally identify. But now you're going to be curious, what about me, right? And this is where you create a YouTube channel and you figure out, using other people's criticism, where you stand, or in which YouTubers you relate to, and how you interact with people. Like a lot of things require other people's help sometimes. I don't know. I would love to embrace my own personality, right? It's not about just recognizing who you are. Sometimes it's going over the top. And people need different amounts of success to get over the top, where they feel like, oh shit, that's too much. That drives me crazy. So in this case, the next generation of YouTube is going to be not so popular, but they're going to be popular in terms of quickly quitting YouTube, I would say. It's just going to be too much to handle. Even for me, I would say, like, yeah, I would like fame in a way, and I could handle battling all these personalities in the future. As the battle royale progresses, you get more popular for beating personalities. It's good for you if you can do that. If you can successfully win drama consistently, people will look up to you, obviously. But am I going to survive? Because I cannot even beat my own personality, to be honest. Like, this is tough. The change is going to be tough. every single time I think about changing personality, this is crazy. I don't have opportunities to do it. That's another thing. And YouTube would actually create that opportunity for me. That would be very interesting for everyone. Internet societies, it's a great thing. We really, really, really lack opportunities in friendships. And that's what authority is using against us. Oh boy. The moment you make a YouTube channel, which is, again, I recommend for a lot of people who contemplate this is the perfect time. Are you going to be able to sustain yourself against other people's criticism? You're going to survive this. Making a YouTube channel is going to be legit crazy thing to do because you're going to have to upload videos every day to make sure you put out a story consistently of how you feel. Try to be as honest as possible. It's going to be a ridiculous thing to do. Ridiculously difficult thing to do. But it's also going to allow you to socialize a lot better. But because the instant you create a social environment, what's going to happen, the vampires are going to be like, oh, social environment? Who said that? And they immediately just jump on that shit. This is why it's not a social time that's coming. It's actually pretty cold and harsh time that's coming. It's another tiny little winter, basically. Or a tiny little fall. It's gonna be pretty exciting, huh? Yeah, so it's pretty hard to just look from a surface level that Shane is also a narcissist, just like Jake Paul. But as I've explained, it's pretty obvious. Right? They're just kind of different type of narcissist. And Jake Paul is actually stronger because he actually possesses water, which he can use. He can use emotions to influence Shane and win over the series in a way. But obviously, no personality can actually win because we sort of pin down who they are, and that they're not necessarily genuine, but they're predictable in terms of this self-destructive nature that they have. It's very interesting how they create environments. All personalities create self-destructive and self-generating environments, just like any addiction would do. If you do something that makes you... Okay, in Jake Paul's case, he hurts other people. But deep down, he's already sad. So he's making himself even more sad by hurting other people. And in order to express sadness, he's being courageous. Which is a very weird thing. It's something I'm gonna leave for another video as well. Express sadness through courage? How does that work? Because I'm pretty sure that works. Just like I sort of express anger through creating things. I try to fix things. It's similar to sadness. It's trying to fix sadness through courage. So here's a hint for you. But other than that, Jake knows how to use emotions. He's going to use it against Shane. Absolutely. She's going to fall for it to a certain degree. And it sucks. It really sucks. But that's what I'm betting on happening. Alright, that's about it. So fucking stupid, to be honest. But the ultimate goal is not so stupid. PewDiePie!